Hey Breck students, Frank here from AFP with the second part of our Another One Bites the Dust bass guitar lesson. Now that you've learned the part, I want to go over the next part with you, which is I would say, let's call it section B for now, or the turnaround. I'd rather call it the turnaround, but it sounds something like this. So, how we're going to do that is we're starting on the 3rd fret of the A string. And just to be clear, this is for bass guitars. It's a really fun lick to learn on the guitar too, so, watch along, but this is meant for bass guitars. This is the bass line to Another Brick in the Wall. Alright, so you start on the 3rd fret of the A, bum, bum, to the 4th fret. You could kind of hammer on, so it's like bum, bum, bum. You could do that. Sometimes I play the notes, but I find that hammering on gives you a little more accuracy. So just get used to that. Yeah, and I'm not plucking for those extra notes. I'm just using the power of this finger, of this hand, excuse me. Bum, bum, bum. And I'm using my index, middle, and ring to kind of just, and I'm hammering on with the middle and ring. See that? Yeah. Yeah. Just get used to that. You can make that into a song. Yeah. And remember what I said in the last video, I'm using this hand as kind of like a snare. You could think of boom, yeah, yeah. So now when we have that part down, what we're going to do is bump, bump. And with this finger, you're going to flatten it and be on the 5th fret of the D string, and you're gonna pluck that. So it's gonna sound like, I'll do it slow. Now notice that I'm not plucking those 2 notes. I'm not plucking that, but I am plucking the, sorry. Bum, bum, bum. So that's flattening my ring finger on the 5th fret so I can get this note. Bum, bum. And then after we've got that and we're accurately landing on this note, we're going to go to the octave, and this is G. So the octave will be on the 3rd fret of the E. That's also G. So altogether that should sound like this. Bum, bum. So you just bump, bump, flat, and then taking, you see how, like I've said this before, your hands are kind of not really moving that much. You're just, it's keeping comfort for your hands. So you just ba, 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 flatten to get this note hit, which is G, and then you turn your hand to get this index finger over to the 3rd fret of the E. So bum, 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 bum. So altogether, this would sound like this. this part would sound like this. And then you do it again. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. And then what we would do is we'll, with our index finger, after the second time, we slide down. So we kind of repeat what we're doing over here on the 3rd fret of the A, but we're now doing that on the 5th fret of the E string. And we're going 5, 5, 6, 7, and then, so actually 5, 5, 6, 7, 7 on the A string, bend the 5th fret. Oh, sorry. 7 on the A string, bend the 3rd fret of the E, and then open. So I'll just break that down for one more time. Bum, 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 bum. That's our first part. And then we slide to the 5th fret of the E and repeat that. And like I said before, you take that ring finger, you flat to get that other note on the string below. So, you know, open. So that's 5, 5, 6, 7, 7 on the A, bend on the 3rd of the E, the 3rd fret of the E, and then open. So all together it's and that's how those two parts connect. And then, so you see that? Just remember, like, just that transition between when you after that hammer on, flatten your finger, and then bring your whole hand around so your index finger can go comfortably to the 3rd fret of the E and play that octave. Yeah. Bam. And then you're kind of doing the same thing, but moving to the E string on the 5th fret. 6, 7, 7 on the A, 3 on the E, bend, and then open. And all together that's, yeah. Sorry. See, that's I just caught myself. I was playing the notes. Sometimes I alternate between that, but I'll do it. This is how I just taught it to you. There you go. And just that from this, because this note on the 7th fret of the A is E. So listen to that. Listen to this transition. So it's 7 on the A, bend on the 3rd fret of the E. So you're bending on G technically. And you can just bend a little bit. And then flick open. You just flick off to open. So if you put the two parts together, it's ba-dum bum 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 ba-ba-bum bum bum ba-bum bum bum bum, yeah, bum bum. Sorry, my battery. Yeah. Now, I keep accidentally falling into that trap where I'm like playing those notes. You can play the notes. I've seen videos of him, of John Deacon, and playing each note. But for me, I just feel like accuracy wise, it's cooler if you hammer on. I'm trying to actually train myself to do that right now. Just listen to the difference, and because I'm only worrying about that last note. So you can do it either way, but as long as you're getting those notes correct, that's really what matters. And as long as they're coming down on the accurately, you know. But like I said in the video before, you want to also get these two fingers used to moving, you know, and being percussive. Bum, bum. All right, so that's the second part to another. I was about to say another brick in the wall. Blah. Another one bites the dust. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna make one more video on the groovy guitar part of the song, the groovy part that Brian May plays over the verses. So I'm really excited to show you this, and thank you guys for watching again. All right, have a good one.